The NBA's 75th anniversary has come and gone. The Golden State Warriors once more becoming NBA champions. But just take a second to think about the past. 25 years ago, the Golden State Warriors were amongst NBA's 50th anniversary. Players like Jordan, Payton, and Stockton dominated the land. It was a time where the new markets merged with the old just years ago, and where markets like Vancouver were still trying to make an impact on the NBA scene. Now, with the help of NBA 2K22, it's time to turn back the clock. This is NBA 2K97. Welcome to October 20th, 1996, with the Macarena's the top song in the land, and the 1996 World Series is about to get underway in New York City. My name's Justin Prince, and welcome to Vancouver, where with our MyLeague, we get ready to see if our Vancouver Grizzlies can have a successful second franchise season. The first season was a little rough, to say the very least. Losing streaks of 19 games and 23 games to be precise. This time around, the Grizzlies feel very optimistic with Shareef Abdul-Rahim, our third overall pick, along with Big Country Bryant Reeves, getting ready to lead the big man core. Lots to talk about when it comes to MyLeague for this season, as we get ready for an interim head coach in Stu Jackson to lead the way, and potential draft class that could have some unknowns. Before we go into today's action, it's worth noting that this historic draft class is to be updated in a later episode. The Vancouver Grizzlies have plenty of stars to watch out for. Bryant Reeves, Big Country, is coming into his second NBA season and looks to improve that mid-range jump shot. But down low in the post, Big Country can rip it down and lay it up and in the midst of traffic. His mid-range shooting is a -A, along with the post defense and -A, as well as rebounding and astronomical potential for the second-year man from Oklahoma State. Abdul-Rahim, meanwhile, is our third overall pick and looks very strong in the low post. Also has some good mid-range shooting ability and is good when it comes to the playmaking. When it comes to the big man, lots of potential as well for Abdul-Rahim to perform. Greg Anthony is one of the veterans for this team, coming off an all-star campaign with 14 points per game and is also a strong playmaker. Keep an eye on the outside shooting when it comes to Anthony. His stroke outside is strong at an A. Playmaking at an A, and as well is a good glue man for the point guard spot this season. Two other rookies joined the squad this season in Roy Rogers, late second rounder, and Chris Robinson, who looks to make an impact from Western Kentucky. Stu Jackson, as talked about, is our interim head coach after an issue with our coaching staff prior to the start of the season involving Brian Winters. Lionel Hollins, our top assistant, looks to learn under him this season. As well, we're expecting a lot of potential buckets to be made with our custom slider set, NBA on TNT. Plenty of adjustments are to be expected for a rotation this season, as George Lynch is amongst those coming into the team for the Los Angeles Lakers. To start off his campaign, he'll be starting off on the bench. We'll give a chance to one of our returning players, and Eric Mobley, the 6'11" center from Pittsburgh. As well, joining the starting lineup for the opening game of the season, Abdul-Rahim, Greg Anthony. Also joining them in that lineup, Anthony Peeler, one of our recent acquisitions, as well as Big Country, of course, amongst the starting five to begin 1996-97 season. Who are we playing to start it? The Cleveland Cavaliers, led by Terrell Brandon, who's coming off a strong 96 season, 19.3 points per game to lead the way. A youngster by the name of Bob Soares, one to keep an eye on from their bench, and led by Mike Fratello. This squad, not an easy opponent to begin the season, to say the least, with that experience. But with that, it's time to start off 96-97 in style. Let's head to the court. This is the Alcan OmniMax Theater, open since 1986 for Expo 86, putting on shows for fans of science at Science World. Today, basketball fans get ready for their own show at General Motors Place as the Vancouver Grizzlies take on the visiting Cleveland Cavaliers. Terrell Brandon leads the Cavaliers in the matchup to watch against Greg Anthony with 19.3 points per game from an All-Star appearance last season. Anthony had his career best season at 14 points per game. Brandon will start alongside Bobby Phills, Tyrone Hill, Chris Mills, and Danny Ferry, while it's Anthony starting alongside Bryant Reed, Sharif Abdul-Rahim, Eric Mobley, Anthony Peeler. We're underway from Vancouver. Justin Prince along with you for tonight's coverage in association with TNT on JPS. As the Vancouver Grizzlies start off with the first possession for the slam, Bryant Reeves. Big Country starts off the season with a first bucket of 1996-97. Brandon in response, sets up with the screen for assistance, gets the jumper to go. Brandon, a several-time record holder at the University of Oregon when it comes to scoring, steals, etc., starting off Cleveland's season with the steal of his own. Here comes Cleveland. Kicked off to the outside. Mills wide open for the jumper. Yes. Glad to have you with us on JPS. Justin Prince with you for tonight's coverage between the Vancouver Grizzlies and the visiting Cleveland Cavaliers from the Garage GM Place here in Vancouver. Abdul-Rahim passes it outside. Anthony Peeler gets it, yes. And Anthony Peeler gives Vancouver the lead once more. Brandon sets up one-on-one. Down low, Danny Ferry with a man in his face. No good, Reeves with the rebound. Picked up for Abdul-Rahim off the pass. Peeler gets the pump. Reset to Anthony. About 90 seconds into play, 5-4 the score for the Grizzlies over the Cavs. Abdul-Rahim, jumper good. And the third overall pick in the 1996 draft with the bucket off the assist from Bryant Reeves. Back on the offense, Cleveland trying to find separation. Phil's jump shot, back of the rim, no good. Mobley picks up the rebound. Kick down low to Peeler. The former Los Angeles Laker kicks it back to Abdul-Rahim. Back over to Mobley. Still halfway to the shot clock. Anthony, contested jumper, no good. Rebounded by Phills. Picking up the tempo, Cleveland outside. Mills, wide open three. He's got it. Chris Mills picks up the triple, a 15-point per game score last season for Cleveland. Abdul-Rahim works on the pick and fade, intercepted by Mills. Here comes Brandon, going all the way to the other end for the bucket. Terrell Brandon gives Cleveland the 9-7 advantage. 9 minutes to go in the first quarter of play. Anthony gets the screen set up by Mobley. Pick and roll set up for the bucket, yes. And the former first rounder for the Milwaukee Bucks picks up the bucket. So far, 4 for 5 to start for the Grizzlies, 4 for 6 for Cleveland. Both of those misses on jumpers. Brandon, through traffic, kicks it out to Mills, back to Ferry for the low post shot, no good. Another jumper, no good. Picking up the tempo, Vancouver. Anthony sets up along the corner. Outside, Peeler for three, no good. Can't get it to bounce in for Peeler. One of the top three-point shooters in his rookie season a few years ago, as slamming it on in, Bobby Phills. An defensive stopper with the slam at the other end of the court. Abdul-Rahim with the size mismatch at the other end once more. In the post, quickly good to go. Back and forth scoring here on TNT and GPS. 11-11 the score, 4 minutes into the first quarter. Brandon drives inside for the stop. So far, Brandon, 3 for 3, 6 points. He's got almost half his team's points in these first 4-5 minutes. Peeler, with a bit of space, gives it off to Big Country. Guarded by Ferry on the post spin, count it, and the foul. And Bryant Reeves the 6th overall pick from last year's draft, to the line to shoot 1. Reeves trying to come off a 13.3 point per game and 7.4 rebound per game season last year for his rookie campaign. The big man drains the free throw, 14-13 Vancouver. Anthony guards Brandon. Brandon zips by for the bucket. And not the way Anthony wanted tonight to start. Known for being a hard-nosed defender with the New York Knicks a few years ago for the expansion draft with Vancouver. Peeler, 3, no good. Approaching 5 minutes into the first quarter of play. Outside Mills, size mismatch with Abdul Rahim. Bills forces the reach. Still able to hold on to the ball as he sets up with the screen with Hill. Up to Mills. Mills steps back. Man in his face. Still makes the jump attempt. No good. Up the court goes Anthony. Picking up the tempo. Vancouver trying to be high tempo tonight with Stu Jetson as it's intercepted by Hill. Here comes Phils to Ferry. Down low. No good. Reeves picks up the rebound. Down low. Abdul Rahim runs in for the slam. And the two-time Mr. Basketball for Georgia steps it on down. Back and forth we go like a pendulum swing here in Vancouver. Picking up contact, Brandon, to the line to shoot 2. Let's talk about Jarrell Brandon, a very successful last season for him with the 19.3 points per game. Go to the line with the Mobley personal. Amongst those stat lines, 6.5 assists per game for Brandon, while shooting 46.5% in 1995-96. First All-Star appearance. First substitutions of the season coming up for Cleveland in Vancouver. Tyrone Hill coming out of the game for Vitaly Potapenko. A few more changes as well for Vancouver coming on in. Greg Anthony coming out for Bryant Reeves. Reeves moving up to center, in fact, for Phil Chilcott, as that will also bring in, with the substitutions, the backup point guard Lee Mayberry. Almost halfway through the first quarter. Peeler with it, tries to find some space, gives it off to Big Country. Reeves with the size mismatch again, uses the feet, uses the spin for the bucket. An entertaining game so far between Vancouver and Cleveland as Reeves intercepts it. The entertainment goes the other way. Chilcott draws the contact. Potapenko with his first personal, second team foul. And that brings up the former NBA champion in Chilcott, making the first of 2. He won a championship with the Houston Rockets. Part of their bench core back in 1995. Also a former North Carolina Tar Heel. Last season averaged 2.7 points per game and 2.1 rebounds per game. Second free throw is good. Vancouver leads by 3. Brandon has it stripped away at the other end. Here comes Blue Edwards. Edwards picks it up, gets rejected by Potapenko. Rogers the jump shot, no good. Second chance picked up for Chilcott. Chilcott gets it in for the bucket. And Pete Chilcott, nice and chill on the second and third chances. 5-point lead now for Vancouver. 5 minutes to go in the first. Brandon stripped away again by Edwards. Edwards leads them up the court. Abdul Rahim, long jumper, no. Second chance, wide open, Chilcott, yes. Timeout called by Cleveland. And for the first time, we'll take a break. 5:02 to go. 24-17 first quarter. Welcome back to the garage to GM Place as the Grizzlies lead by 7 over the visiting Cleveland Cavaliers with 5 minutes to go in the first quarter. Justin Prince with you. Glad to have you with us once more on TNT and JPS tonight. Lots of substitutions to talk about, the first of which, slamming it on down, is Mark West. Once those coming in, Bob Sora with the substitutions. Also coming in out of the timeout with the changes is Reggie Geary, the second rounder, as the bank shot goes in. 7-point lead still for Vancouver. Both teams shooting above 60% from the field. Bob Sura with the slam on top of Edwards. Sura, man oh man, can he get some hops sometimes. The former ACC Rookie of the Year. Lou Edwards, no good on the jumper. Second chance, Rogers puts it in. And the late first rounder, Roy Rogers with the putback. Keeps the back and forth going between the Grizzlies and the Cavs. Trying to cut inside, Brandon draws the reach. Mayberry called for his first. 2:51 to go in the first quarter. Edwards sets it up for Mayberry. Mayberry cuts left, goes for the long jump shot, no good. Chilcutt puts it up, puts it back in. Able to get the Bucks out, this time over West. And Vancouver, keep in mind, last season, not the greatest of campaigns. 15-67 for their first time as Bob Sura, hello. Bob Sura with the sky flying dunk. Slams it down in the open lane. An unreal dunk from Bob Sura. Mayberry, no good on the jumper. Sura kicks it back up the court once more. Tries to dive in, goes for the fade instead, no good. Picked up by Potapenko. Second chance, no good. Chilcutt with the rebound. Edwards goes for the pull-up jump shot on the fast break. Can't get it to go either. Picked up this time by Donnie Marshall, the former UConn Husky. Long jumper, it's good. Bob Sura. And the Cavaliers right on the doorstep to being within a single possession of the Vancouver Grizzlies for the first time in 3 minutes. Mayberry, no good. Long jump shot off the back rim again. 90 seconds to go in the first. Geary, fast break, gets it to roll in. And the Grizzlies starting to sputter in the past minute. Things have really stalled out offensively for Vancouver. Lou Edwards breaks the stall with the triple. And the Eastern Carolina University Athletics Hall of Famer with the bucket. 5 points the lead now for Vancouver. A minute to go in the quarter. Sura with the moves puts up the jumper. Cleveland not backing down after a 47-35 season, getting swept in the first round of last year's playoffs. No good. Mayberry with the jump shot. Sura tries to take it up himself. Has the mismatch over George Lynch. Finds Geary in the corner. Yes, he's got it. And a 14-5 run in the past 4 minutes for Cleveland. And a chance for a 2-for-1 for Vancouver to try and break the spell in the run. Setting up the play, Edwards off to Mayberry. 12 on the shot clock. Off to Edwards. Edwards the pump, the move left and right. Back over to the left, cutting in with the right hand, gets it. And Blue Edwards, the former expansion draft pick, with the bucket as the shot clock is off. Edwards swats it away, knocks it out of bounds, stays. No, it goes to Vancouver. They say it's off Bob Sura. Potapenko coming out as a result of the stoppage. Hill coming back in, but Vancouver with the last shot of the quarter coming up. Amongst the substitutions coming in, Chris Robinson, the second round rookie for Vancouver. 3 seconds to work with. Lynch off to Moden. Moden, the shot, no good. So after 1 quarter of play, Vancouver has their lead trimmed down from 7-2. More coming up after this. You're watching TNT and JPS here from Vancouver. Welcome back to GM Place, where the Vancouver Grizzlies lead by 2 over Cleveland. So far, the action has been intense, to say the very least, between one of the 2 Canadian teams in the NBA and the Cleveland Cavaliers. Cleveland, of course, having their new look as well in the past couple years, with those sparkly jerseys compared to Vancouver's also slick. Meanwhile, Tyrone Hill starts off the quarter with the miss. Second chance with the mismatch. Can he get the roll? No. Rebound picked up instead by Rogers. Demonin down low for the dunk. Lynch. George Lynch amongst those who were traded as part of the clearing of cap space for Shaquille O'Neal for Los Angeles with the dunk there. Sora in response can't get the jumper to go, and the leaner. Opening minute of the second quarter here on TNT and JPS as Moden, long jumper again, can't get it to go. Hill the rebound, Geary brings it up. Off to Marshall. Long J gets it for three. And the 1995 second rounder brings the lead back down to 1. Multiple substitutions waiting for Vancouver as Lynch backs away from the mismatch this time. Moden tries to find space, gives it off to Mayberry. Mayberry misses, no good. Lynch can't get the rebound. Sora, fast break. Over top, his defender can't get it. Rebound picked up by the former Western Kentucky University guard and Robinson. Pick and fade for Lynch. Lynch moves it left. Down back to Rogers with the miss with the left hand. Brought up by Sora. Sora jukes out 2 defenders for the bucket.
Assist for number 2.
And Bob Sora, the second-year guard, has 11 points so far off the bench. Moden gives it off to Mayberry. Vancouver trails by 1. Moden trying to bring the gap back their way, can't get it. Just past 2 minutes into the second. Long jumper in response, it's good. Geary with the bucket. (42-39) Cleveland. Lynch drives it in, gets the bucket again. So far, 9 lead changes and 7 ties. Cleveland wants a timeout to discuss that. Welcome back to Vancouver, where the Cleveland Cavaliers lead over the Grizzlies by 1 with 9:29 to go in the first half. Justin Prince with you on TNT and JPS. Long J, good. Brandon. Right off the inbound on the long pass to him. Abdul Rahim watches the 3 in response. Anthony can't get it to drop. Cleveland continuing to maintain momentum over the past few minutes. Pick and roll. Hill off the front rim. Reeves the rebound. A little bit of a dry spell, to say the least, for Vancouver's offense. Looking to break through it. Abdul Rahim, low post, gets it. 21.1 points per game, 8.4 rebounds per game at UC Berkeley last year. Brandon in response gets the layup inside. So many pendulum swings to the point where that chain for the pendulum may just about be busted. Abdul Rahim can't get it to go. Mills brings it back up. Over to Phils for the long mid-range. Yes.
Number 14. Assist.
Wide open there, Phils. The defensive stopper with a very strong outside shooting stroke. Anthony over to Reeves. Has another mismatch in the size at 7 foot. Can't get it to roll though this time with a fade back. So again's Oklahoma-based player. Can't get it to go. Brandon gets the 3 to go. Timeout called by Vancouver with 7:54 to go in the first half. Cleveland leads by 8. Welcome back to Vancouver, where the Grizzlies are starting to struggle. After leading by as much as 7 in the first quarter, Cleveland has jumped up by 8. No good on the jump shot out of the timeout as the offense continues to struggle to find open looks here in this frame. Phils going in and out. Over top, Anthony gets it. And now, for the first time, the lead is up to double digits. Cleveland with all the momentum. Poked away, stolen away by Brandon. Here comes Terrell Brandon over top. Reeves draws contact. He'll go to the line to shoot 2. 2:21 to go in the second quarter, 70-61 still to score. Cleveland maintaining this 9 to 10 point advantage much of this frame. Geary looking to cut in, able to juke out his man. Mayberry can't get it to go, but Topenko with the rebound. Outside Bob Soro, wide open three, rims out. Abdur-Rahim with the rebound this time. 2 minutes to work with in the first half. Blue Edwards looking to avoid the blue cold spell that Vancouver's gone on. Back to Robinson. Early pick set by Abdur-Rahim. Give it off to Mayberry. 3 on the shot clock. Down to 1. Stolen away. Here comes Cleveland. Brandon brings it back up. Double team. Poked away and stolen back by Mayberry. Give it up to Robinson. Looking over to Blue Edwards. Contested jumper rims out. And Blue Edwards not able to take advantage there of the back-to-back fast breaks. Back the other way goes Vancouver. Abdur-Rahim stops it in. And Abdur-Rahim continuing to prove the value of that pick by Vancouver after being the Pac-10 Conference Player of the Year. Back the other direction, nearly stolen away. Mills rolls in, left hand, can't get it. 1 minute to go in the first half of play. Blue Edwards again, a long jumper. Into the stands, can't get it to go. Mills, other end, wide open transition three, yes. And for comparison, Blue Edwards 2 for 8 from the field, and things starting to continue to stay around this now 7 to 10 mark for Vancouver. The distance back. Chilcutt gets it. Pete Chilcutt, the 6'10" forward with the bucket low post. 31 seconds to go in the half. Brandon lights out this half. Driving in, can't get the lights to stay on for that moment. Difference between shot clock and game clock about 1 second. Abdur-Rahim spins in and turns that shot clock off. Cleveland with the last chance to shoot in this quarter. Geary taking the time. Pick set by Potapenko. Off to Mills. Guarded by Abdur-Rahim in the post. Shimmies his way in with 0.3 seconds to go. And that ends the first half of play. The Cleveland Cavaliers lead over the Vancouver Grizzlies 75-67 after 24 minutes of play. You're watching TNT and JPS from Vancouver. Welcome back to Grizzlies TV. As we take a look at your halftime stats, the Cleveland Cavaliers shooting 58% of the first half is the major storyline amongst that stat line. As we start off the third quarter of play, the Grizzlies looking to turn things around despite shooting more than 50% as well. It's been about the rebounds and the turnovers as they start off with a Greg Anthony reach-in to begin the quarter. Starting 5 back on the floor for the Grizzlies. Reeves, Abdur-Rahim, Anthony, Mobley, and Peeler to begin this frame. Starting 5 as well for Cleveland on the floor. Brandon, Mills, Hill, Ferry, and Phils. Hill off to Danny Ferry, gets it. And the former Naismith College Player of the Year from 1989 with his second bucket of the night. A +11 and the plus-minus as well is worth noting in terms of the defensive player pairings. Brandon caught for the reach back. Second personal. First team foul of the quarter for Cleveland. Inbounded back on in for Abdur-Rahim. Off to Anthony. Working back, going for the three contested. No. Reeves put back. Yes. Reeves continuing on with that good footwork and those fundamentals down low. Brandon continuing up the scoring. 19 points in the first half. Jumps up, gets to 21. Abdur-Rahim leads the way for Vancouver in scoring currently 18 points. Brandon steals it away from Anthony. Looks to add more points. Drives it in. Can't get it to go as Anthony gets the rebound. Raheem, fast break back, gives it off to Mobley. Back out to Reeves for the reset. Moved over to Raheem, taking a three, getting a three. Not usually known for those ones. The gap's trimmed back down to 7. 90 seconds into the third quarter coming up. Cleveland up 79-72 on TNT and JPS. Justin Prince with you. Tyrone Hill with the jump shot. Hill, a Cavalier for the past now 4 seasons since his trade in 1993 to Cleveland. Reeves response back, can't get it to go as he hears footsteps. The other way, Brandon over top Anthony, yes. And the Terrell Brandon experience continues. 23 points for the point guard. Back around for Vancouver. Peeler. Pretty quiet for parts of this game. Outside of a couple long J's, Anthony takes the long three, can't get it to go. Back the other way for Brandon again. Peeler back for the defense, forces the miss. And the former Laker with the rebound. Back over to Anthony again. Trying to juke back and forth. 9:28 to go in the third. Reeves trying to bring this gap down with the hook. Gets it again. Reeves continues the onslaught. 15 points in 17 minutes on 70% shooting. Back the other way, Brandon, with a man hugging him, gets it. And now it's becoming a block party. Back and forth in terms of points, showing off what they can do in terms of what they can do to the rest of the block. Anthony, 11 on the shot clock. Drives in, cuts in for the bucket. And a reach-in called. Anthony with his third personal, second team foul with that one.
Second team.
Down to 1 minute and 10 seconds to go in the third. Stolen away by Reeves on the cut. Mayberry, the other end, can't get it to go in. Sura with the defense and the rebound there. Fills off to the corner. Marshall driving down over top. Reeves can't get it to go. Second chance, misses. Third chance, bounces off the other rim instead. 118-96 still to score. Mayberry rejected off the glass. Picked up by Mayberry off his miss. Off to Reeves. Draws contact. Go to line to shoot for 2, but Topenko call for the personal. His second.
At the line for Memphis.
Bryant Reeves, 16 points now with the made free throw. Both free throws drop. The gap still 20 points. This gap had been down to about 6 through parts of the second quarter. Not so much now as Cleveland keeps the foot on the gas. Fills with the bucket that time. Different shot clock and game clock, about 5 seconds. Go Raheem. High post this time. Gives it off to Reeves. Elects to go in for the low post instead. Left hand. This time can't get the bounce off the window. Shot clock is off. Bob Sura trying to build up off of that strong first half. Slams it on down and continues to build the blocks. Down to 3 seconds and a charge attempt called and triggered. Mayberry, his 4th personal. Vancouver over the limit, but Cleveland with the ball. 1 second to go, chucks it up. No good, and the Cavaliers lead 122-98. After 3 quarters of play, you're watching TNT and JPS from the garage in Vancouver. The next time Grizzlies TV will be live coast to coast will be Vancouver Grizzlies action against the Portland Trailblazers October the 27th. Be sure to tune in on JPS at 6 p.m. Pacific time. Fourth quarter underway, the Grizzlies trailing big 122-98 Cleveland the score. As Reeves off the window on the pass, gets it to go after the deflection. What a heads-up play with the hands for Reeves. And just like that, Vancouver still trailing by 22 Nearly 25 as Sura gets open. Anthony, long three, pulling up, no. Reeves with the rebound. Pick set by Reeves. Back down low to Big Country. Going for the J off the back rim. 40 seconds into the fourth quarter. Mills down to Phils. The Mills to Phils show. Sees an Anthony personal and an N1.
That's his fourth personal foul.
No good on the free throw this time is Antonio Lane. Robinson, other way, no good. Cleveland started off a bit slow, but as the night went on, the trend was simple. Score, and more scoring. 152-123 now with the bucket, 40 seconds to go. Vancouver shooting a high shooting percentage in most games would have been enough, but the defense not there, with Cleveland shooting also more than 50% from the field. Robinson, hard contact. Going to the line to shoot two as West draws the personal.
At the line for your Grizzlies.
Shot clock 0.6 of a difference off of the time remaining here. More substitutions to close things out for Vancouver, and for the Grizzlies, their first game of the season does not go the way they were hoping. Not the way of 95-96's direction for their inaugural season, where they started back-to-back with victories before their 19-game losing streak. Cleveland looking to dribble it on out to close out the clock. Geary, guarded by Robinson. Over Topham gets rejected. Brings the time to 0.6 remaining. Vancouver drops their season opener, 152-125 the final here on TNT and JPS. With that, it's time to say goodbye. We'd like to thank you for tuning in for tonight's action. From Vancouver, I'm Justin Prince. And it was not the opener we wanted to see tonight. Cleveland picking up a 152-125 victory, despite Abdul Rahim 25 points and Big Country 23 points. A lot of the shooting went the way, though, of Terrell Brandon and Phils. 152-125 with both teams shooting around 50% plus. Not much you can do when the Cleveland Cavaliers have such a dominant performance like they did tonight, despite having less possession time. I'd like to thank you for tuning in for the first episode of our MyLeague here from Vancouver. Next time, we take on the Portland Trailblazers a week away in game. Enjoy the rest of your day or evening. Bye-bye.